Hey, are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Monday morning. It is a cold morning here in my hometown, and it's exactly 8:30 a.m. my local time in East Africa. But if you're using the New York time, then it's currently 1:30 a.m. So thank you guys for joining me every Monday to Friday. I jump onto these live streams to basically share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the United States dollar and the euro. So basically, I trade that pair, which is the Euro USD, and I always jump Monday to Friday onto these live streams to share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on that pair, because this is my pair of choice. I trade this particular pair, and I've traded this particular pair for over a year now religiously. I mean, I've been trading this pair, and I must say, I know most of the time it is going to do what it's going to do. So this is the reason I jump onto these live streams, to be able to call out these directions for the day before they even happen. So if you are out there and maybe you do not have clarity on direction of the day, definitely this is the live stream you should be jumping on every Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to about 8:50 a.m. my local time in East Africa. So thank you so much for joining me, and for me to actually determine these directions for the day, I use my 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio that basically enables me call out this direction. So if you're out there and you're unprofitable, I'm definitely going to be jumping into everything about this particular strategy to enable you also maybe trade the same way. If you do not have a strategy, this will be one of those strategies that you could maybe include in your trading repertoire, so that you're able to trade the same way I trade. So basically, this is it. But before I even jump into anything, if you are out there and you're still unprofitable, this is my advice to you. I would like you to actually be someone that has a very clear trading plan. You should have a clear trading plan. I mean, by trading plan, I should expect you to have a clear way you're going to enter the market, a clear way you're going to take profits, a clear way that you're going to maybe decide to be stopped out. That is a stop loss. I mean, in case a particular trade that you've put on goes against you, how much are you always willing to lose on that particular trade? You should have all these clearly marked out, so that you do not get caught on the wrong side of the market, because this is how you stay profitable in the markets. If you do not have these clearly documented, then definitely you will not become profitable in these markets. So that's my word of advice to you. So if you're out there and you're still unprofitable, you should have a clear trading plan. I mean, what time do you enter usually, or what exactly do you look out for in the market? So these are things you must be able to know exactly before you even enter that particular trade. So basically, this is my word of advice to you. But for me, before I even jump into onto the charts to see exactly what the charts are saying, what I like to do is basically be able to acquaint myself with what the fundamental side of the day is saying. And to do this, I always use two particular websites. And website number one, it's a website called Bloomberg.com. Now, this is a website that I use to actually be able to find out what the fundamental side is saying for that particular day. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen just in a bit for you guys to be able to see exactly what I'll be seeing on my end. So I'm trying to prepare that right there. I'm trying to prepare it for you so that you guys can be able to see what I'm seeing on my side. So in just a minute, you should be able to see my screen. So Okay, so right there, you should be able to see what I'm seeing on my end. So what I was saying, on Bloomberg.com, they're able to show you exactly the major or the key fundamental things that you'll be looking out for in a day. So you can see right there, this is Bloomberg.com. So once you get there, you come under markets, the markets tab right here, then currencies, you're able to select out the particular currency of your choice. Now, for me, what I trade is the Euro USD, and basically, I'm able to see what kind of related news they have about the pair. So you can see right there, this is the related news. So the China show, I'm not interested in that. Now, the reason I actually check out this fundamental side of things, because personally, I'm a purely technical trader, but I like to see what exactly they are saying on the fundamental side so that I'm not on the total opposite of their fundamental side. So I like to see what they're saying. And here I'm only checking out for major news. Guys, the keyword there is major news. If there's nothing like major news, then I'm not interested in those fundamentals. So that's just me. So you can see Milton Friedman's shower scene is back, okay? Countdown to Fed cuts. Middle East tensions have markets on edge, okay? Singapore dollar trades around 10-year high on policy outlook. So Powell's pivot leaves traders debating size path of rate cuts. Dollar slumps 1% after Powell touts case for interest rate cuts. Okay. So then soybean climbs on fifth straight day export report. So this means a weak dollar basically. So basically this is not major news in my opinion. Major news that I look out for are maybe major political news events, or maybe any kind of geopolitical news events that are really major, or maybe any kind of catastrophes that have happened maybe in the Eurozone or the US that could easily affect the dollar or the euro. So basically, those are the kinds of things I look out for when it comes to the fundamental side. So if there's nothing like major news, definitely I'm not interested in that particular news. So apart from Bloomberg.com, the other website I like to check out is this right here, which is forexfactory.com. Now, for me, I actually filtered this website to only show me the red folder news events. And the reason I do this is majorly for me to be able to know exactly the time these red folder news events are going to be happening. So basically, if you are a trader, or if you know what I'm talking about, you know that normally when these news events, these red folder news events drop, the brokers that we use, they tend to actually widen their spreads. You know, they tend to widen the spreads, and this might end up affecting you. So for many people, they like to be out of the market before these news events drop. So it's the reason I filtered out only to show me red folder news events, and maybe the bank holidays. So it's something that I've done over and over. So basically, I like to do it this way because sometimes if these brokers actually widen their spreads during these news red folder events, when they are dropping, you might end up being slipped more than you had earlier anticipated to actually lose on that particular trade. So in case that trade goes against you, you might be slipped so many pips more than what you actually earlier anticipated. So for you to avoid this, in my opinion, it is best to actually get out of that trade before this news actually drops. So basically, that is me. It is how I do it, and I don't know about you. You can let me know down in the comments if you do the same. So basically, this is what the fundamental side is looking like for today, and you can clearly see there that today, the 26th, there's actually nothing like a red folder news event. So I'm okay with that. So in case my setup forms, I'll be okay, seeing through the trade going all the way to maybe the TP or stop loss, whatever it's going to do for today. I'll be happy seeing it, go all the way, because there's nothing like a red folder news event that maybe I have to prematurely end my trade or cut my trade. I'll just be watching to see what the trade does in case my setup forms and I make an entry. So basically, this is it. So when we get to the charts, you can see this is what the chart looks like, or this is what we have today on the Euro USD. So this is what price action is like, and basically going to my strategy that I trade. I'm personally someone who trades based off of the previous day's candle. So it's the previous day's candle that enables me, to be able to know what the direction of the day is going to be like on the next day. So when we look at the previous day's price action, so this is the previous day's price action. That is 23rd, which was Friday last week. This was its price action. It was very bullish. It was very, very bullish. So you can see right there, this was the price action that we had. So what am I looking out for there? There's what I like to call an area of interest. So an area of interest, this can either be an order block, this can be a fair value gap, this can be equal highs or equal lows. So these are areas of interest that I always look out for, because price always actually likes to tap back into these areas. Well, basically, it likes to go get all the liquidity within these areas of interest. And then once it has done this, this is when price actually continues in the opposite direction. So you need to always look out for such things in the market. So when we look at the previous day's price action, this was the price action right here. You can see from here, price was able to actually, it left a small fair value gap down here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a fair value gap here. Then as it expanded to the upside, you can also see there's a fair value gap right there, then another fair value gap right there. So if I'm to actually consider this one down here, this is what I would do. I would wait for price to actually come all the way down here, because it likes to seek any stops that are resting down here. So I would want price to come all the way to this level right here. So this level number one is 1.10720. So let me try and mark that out. So this is what I mean. It does that. That's area number one, or level number one, that I'll be looking at. Once price gets here, then I look to actually take my trade. So to the upside, or I'll be actually going long once price gets to this level. The level I'm talking about is 1.10720. So once price gets to that level, then I'll be looking to actually take a trade right there. So the other level I'll be looking at on the upside, you can see that that previous day formed its high at this particular level, 1.12011. So what happened? So you can see that today, when today opened, today, which is the 26th of August 2024, when it opened, it basically created equal highs from the previous day's high. Then it has also created the high for today in the Asian session. So so what does this mean? With these equal highs forming right there, I would also expect price to come. If it actually doesn't do this, the other thing I would expect price to do is for it to come, take out these equal highs right here. So this is what I mean. Price, I expect it to come, take out these equal highs right there, and then once it has taken them out, I would expect that. So this is something I'll be looking out for today. So out there, if you're someone that wants to know exactly how price is going to be moving, I suspect or I expect price to actually do this for today, the 26th of August, price to do so. The other level I'll be looking at intently is this right here at 1.12018. So once price gets to that level, then I get to, take my entry. And how I make my entry. So if price either gets here or gets here, then what I do, you can see this analysis is done right here on the 1 hour time frame. But once price gets to any of those levels, then what I do, I drop down to the 5 minute time frame, and then I'm able to actually catch my entry or make or take my entry. And how I make my entry, I wait for price to form what I call an inversion fair value gap. That is when price has actually covered a previously existing fair value gap. So once price engulfs or covers that fair value gap, then I'm able to make my entry right there and then. And then when it comes to my stop loss, I always use 10 pips as my stop loss on this Euro USD. And then when it comes to my take profits, the take profit, I always use 30 pips in the market. So, but I like to squeeze this to at least up to 1 to 4 to basically make some extra profits from the market. So you can see this is something very realistic, because sometimes maybe, I don't know, that guru or influencer that you follow, they tend to, sell this dream that for me, my strategy, it will give you, maybe a 1 to 20 or 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio. But guys, this is not achievable in the long run, because with many of such strategies, they have a very, very low strike rate. You might find with a 1 to 20 or 1 to 10, it actually has a strike rate or win rate of maybe 20%. So are you going to really wait to lose 8 trades for you to only get 2 trades correct? Are you able to really hold through that emotionally? You might find yourself distressed emotionally because you keep, giving away profits. You can't keep watching price give you what it has given you, and then you just let it go just like that. So for you to, avoid this, I'm thinking maybe a 1 to 4 is just enough for you. It is just enough for you to stay profitable in these markets. Next time, maybe I'll be showing you what my results have been like for the over 1 year plus some months that I've traded this particular strategy, for you to see exactly the realistic side of things, because it is always not those home runs of 1 to 10 or 1 to 20. Just a 1 to 4 is enough for you to stay profitable in these markets, guys. So basically, this is what I'm going to be looking at for today. In case you do have any questions, you can go ahead, leave them down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back, guys. And in case you found this live stream very helpful, please go ahead, give it a like, because this really helps out the channel. And another thing I would like to tell you guys is the fact that as you're trading, try and manage your risk right. If you do not manage your risk right, then you're definitely not going to be able to, be profitable or, remain profitable in these markets. If you're over risking or maybe making those minor execution errors, like instead of tapping on a buy, you tap on a sell, guys, try and pay attention to detail, because if you do not pay attention to these small details, definitely you will not turn profitable. So try and trade right, manage your risk, then definitely you'll be able to stay profitable in this market. So in case of any questions, you can go ahead and ask them down there in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back right here on the channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'm going to wish you a very good trading day. Bye. Catch you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. Bye. Catch you tomorrow.